The boat drifted through the sea as the boys woke up the next morning. The alcohol wore off as they tried to remember what happened to them. The boys realized they were stuck out at sea. They immediately started to panic and scream as loud as they can, but nothing but water was in sight. It only took a few minutes until they started blaming each other for this incident. They remembered that Jamal was the one who told them to come into the boat last night. The boys were scared and angry. They were looking for someone to blame, not realizing that they were all responsible for making a bad decision which led them into their current situation. Akash started to scream at Jamal for offering to bring them on his father's boat knowing that they were drunk. Jamal started to yell back. Dakota tried to calm the boys down, but Jamal ended up pushing Akash off the boat into the water. He fell overboard and immediately swam to the surface. Paku told the boys to calm down as he looked around and realized they were not in Jamal's father's boat. The boys figured that Jamal was probably too drunk to remember where his father's boat was on the docks, and that in the darkness he mistakenly went into someone else's boat. Akash pulled himself back on board the boat. The boys knew they needed to keep calm to figure out a way to get back home. Luckily, there was some wooden crates on board. They attempted to smash them open using their feet. Inside of them there was a lot of fruits and even some fishing equipment. They also found a case of bottled water. They figured out that the boat that they were in was a salvage boat. The Siamese people would use salvage boats to carry goods from one island to another. They were used to carry food, tools, and even transfer animals. There are much larger boats used for carrying vehicles and materials as well. The boys were happy to have some supplies that they can ration while they sail home. There was 2 paddles on the boat and also an engine, but they didn't have any fuel to use it. The boys started to paddle straight in one direction. They started to head south hoping to find land. Paku was the most scared among all the boys. He tried to hide his fear from everyone else. He'd never been away from his mother this long before. This was the first time he ever felt so alone even though he had 3 friends right near him. He sat quietly and prayed to return home safely. After 2 days of paddling, the sea became very quiet. The water was still. The boys ate fruits and drank water as they took turns continued to paddle south. Soon coldness started to set in. The clouds became dark. Sunset was nearly upon them. The air started to feel very cold. The boys spotted land ahead so they continued paddling on. They started to feel colder and colder as they moved on. They looked ahead and was shocked at what they saw. They spotted snowy lands and mountains. Then they realized they sailed from Thailand into Antarctica.